saw a guy today, and it really changed my perspective on what's happening in the world. So I met a guy today on my bike ride that said he was done with the world. I hear this all the time. I'm getting comments all the time, and I want to talk to all of you about the comments and about what I'm seeing out here on the bike, living on the fringe. So I knew the day that I walked out of that hospital in Medellin, Colombia, that I would never suck up an ounce of unnecessary negative vibration in my life. Well, it's true. I mean, there's enough already necessary stuff, right? So this guy, when I was talking to him today, he goes, I just can't take it anymore, and there are all sorts of variables coming after me, and it's closing in, and I just can't do it anymore. And I had to sit with him for a second because I wrote this in my book because it's what got me through. And I just looked at the guy and said, listen, how did you get here? How did you get here where you're sitting? And he didn't know what I meant. Like, did he make a mistake, or, did somebody drop him off there? And I didn't mean that. And I was like, how are you still alive at 45 or whatever you are sitting there? Looked like he was in his mid-40s. And it took him a second, and he said, well, I'm a person. I've been struggling my whole life to get here. And I said, yeah, but you made it here. Something helped you get here, and something happened along the way to keep you going. And I'm wondering if you can dig deep and find that, because that's what I had to do when I thought, well, it's all done, it's all over. And I walked out of that hospital after given a second chance, and I was like, okay, this is what it means to me. I've been given a second life, and anytime something comes at me from the negative, low vibration, if it's something that's necessary, if it's something that's just part of living, part of life, then I'll roll through it, I'll flow through it like water, and I'll move through it and feel it. And that's how I feel it and grasp it and then let it go. These are the ways that I moved through it. And so when I was sitting there with the guy, I just said, try to remember something that got you through it, and then sit here for a little bit and think, can you get to the next level? Can you get over the next horizon? Because I told him, look at me here. I was dead. I'm back on a bicycle. My life is full of joy. And it's because I'm not sucking up the negative anymore. I'm not letting negative people into my life. If there's negative going on in a loved one, I'm helping them through it. So, this was sort of a revelation for me. And so when people comment on here, like, you're not really homeless, or you're a dirtbag, get a job. I love it. I mean, these are the things that fuel me. They should fuel you. Any sort of negative stuff, you can just transform it and switch it into the positive. I don't just mean that by your mindset and trying to make something bad into good. I'm saying sit with it, transform it into something positive however you can. It may not be something positive, but you can sit there and transform that into positive energy. Believe me, it can be done. I do it all the time. It's how I make it. And I have rough days just like anyone does. But if there's something coming from the outside that's unnecessary, like something from the news, something from some sort of official standing on a corner, something made up by other people that wasn't necessary. People make up unnecessary rules, unnecessary things all the time, drama. It just goes on and on and on, and you feel it. You go to work, if you go to your job, look at all the drama. Everybody's, hey, how much drama can I, create here? And if you are in a job that doesn't do that, and everybody jives and flows, and sort of a positive, even during the negative, can work through it, you're in a good place. But I would say 99.9% of our society right now is in that dump. And it's all because of what we listen to, what we feed off of, doom scroll, and all of this. This guy, sitting there with him, and I said, every time I've had a hard time, and let me describe this in sort of a out there in the wilderness sort of way, is nothing, nobody, running out of food on a glacier in the mountains, far from civilization. I wouldn't even make it if I tried to walk back to civilization, and wondering, and just completely down. This is during my climbing and mountaineering days. Totally done. Writing everything off and figuring that it's all over. And then that one thing happens. That one human on the horizon shows up. And they're in a distance at first. You don't know them. The closer they get, the more familiar they become. And they give you words of encouragement. Who are those people? I don't know. They've appeared in my life several times. Sometimes I knew them, sometimes I didn't. But they were the one situation, the one occurrence that happened that kept me moving along. Now, when it gets to like the hospital bed and being dead, just imagine yourself dead, almost dead, laying there in a bed. All is over. All is ended. Your love lives, your relationships, all your friends and your hopes and dreams, all done today. And you got one more chance. What will you do with it? What would you do with it? Would you do what I'm doing? Maybe not. Probably not. I'm doing this because this is what keeps me alive. So I said goodbye to that guy. We actually exchanged phone numbers, and we had a long talk. And he was drinking a little, and so he was kind of getting into the conversation and everything. And then this morning I got a phone call. First I got a text, then a phone call from the guy, and he said, "Hey man, thanks for yesterday. That was awesome." He says, "I'm doing good today." True story, man. And just that one little stop, talking to that guy, it changed his day and my day too. These are the things that happen out here for me, and they fuel me. They keep me going. That bike and me are bonded, and that's how I got through it. But there's hope. There's a light up the dark corners of the world. Do it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for coming with me.